Hi, Matt here from Fitter Confident You. Thanks for coming back to my channel, you scamp. This is the second in the How I Built Became a Fitter Confident Me series. Will there be a third? The people are asking for a trilogy. Maybe. Play your cards right. But this one I wanted to follow up from how I got started. So just to flash back to where I was, I want to make it clear that I wasn't unhappy, or to flip that, I was happy. I maybe wasn't as fulfilled as I am now. And if I hadn't started exercising and sort of practicing a bit more self-care, for want of a better modern word, exercising, nutrition, all of that, even before I actually became a PT and worked in the fitness industry, would I have had the self-esteem or confidence or presence of mind to start building Fitter Confident You? So who knows? Obviously, we can never answer that, but I know that the more I've decided to do more good stuff for me, however that looks, the more fulfilled and happier and more confident and all of those things I've felt as a result. So it all sort of slots into place. Okay, 5 points of what sort of keeps me going now and helps me just be a fitter, confident me that hopefully you'll find useful as well. So first off, I'm super kind to myself. There is zero guilt around anything I do, because honestly, ask yourself this question: when has being hard on yourself, feeling guilty, ever really served you well? Answer: I don't think it has. Now, the flip side of that is I hold myself accountable, but there's a big difference between holding yourself to account and beating yourself up. And people often get those very much confused. But also, again, there's still loads of kindness around that. Like, if things don't pan out the way I thought they would or I wanted to, it's okay. You always get another bite of the cherry. Coupled with that as well is I have a routine that works for me. So both morning, sort of how I get started, and also a weekly one. And I guess if we take a bigger step back, a macro level of like what I like to get done over the weeks at the same time. But again, there's no guilt or pressure if it doesn't go to plan. If it doesn't, I just pause, pick myself up, reassess, maybe do something different, learn from it when I can, and then get back to it. And obviously, if there's one thing this last year has taught us, life throws curveballs. Life comes at you in ways you can't possibly imagine. So to hold on to the premise that things have to always go your way will only ever hold you back. Rolling with the punches, but better still, knowing there's going to be some punches you can't predict is absolutely, for me, the most important way to look after my happiness. Know that things won't go to plan always and be okay with that. And just know, okay, I'll have to think on my feet sometimes. That's really, really powerful. I've learnt over the years and understand what role food plays. Now, this isn't about tracking every calorie or macros. And if you're into that and you love knowing about food to the nth degree, more power to you. But you absolutely never, never, never need to get into that. I know, hey, if I eat a bit more, I know what roles that's going to play, especially if I haven't been as active. I don't really deny myself anything. I say don't really, because sometimes I do like to play around with my body and see what I can do. So at the moment, I'm just very much in a maintenance state. I know the rough amount of food that I need to eat. I know the rough amount of activity level that I do, and it just sort of keeps ticking along. Sometimes I feel like maybe I want to see if I can fuel specific muscle growth because maybe I've stepped it up in the gym. Remember those? And so I'll start eating a bit more, maybe with a little bit more focus. Or equally, we all go through phases when we've been eating a bit more, not moving as much. I will absolutely dial my calories down a bit, and I'll track for a bit just to sort of get my eye back in and eyeball stuff after that. And then maybe track once or twice a week with MyFitnessPal, just so I'm a bit sharper on what I'm eating. But for the most part, like totally 10 months of the year, I just have learned what works for me, and I just have. And that isn't something that happens overnight. It takes time practicing and remembering and learning. But the thing is, humans generally do eat pretty similar things for breakfast and for lunch and for snacks. So once you know what's in those, you can just play around with it and you know what works for you and just start slotting it into your life as you go through it. I know what I like. That's point 4. Again, with food, I've tested and learned, discovered the amount and the types and things like that. Same with exercise and fitness. I know I like a bit of meditation, I like lifting weights, I like a bit of running, I like a bit of CrossFit, jumping around, silliness sometimes. That's it. I've got nothing to prove to anyone, nothing to prove to myself. It's that really just do it for the enjoyment. And then anything else, and obviously there are hundreds of other benefits, are just bonuses. And again, I fully get not everyone likes exercise to the extent I do. So I'm not here to push that narrative. I know not everyone loves exercise. That's cool. But keep testing, keep learning, keep seeing what works for you, because I'm confident in some regard. And maybe you can look at it for other elements. So maybe you just like the social aspect when we can get back to classes and things like that. And that reminds you that, oh, it's something I do want to keep ticking over. And finally, possibly most important, but again, I want to give this context. So I don't weigh myself. I have literally no idea what I weigh. Now, the flip side to that is, yes, I've never been obsessed with my weight. And I came from a family that my parents, my mum dieted a bit, but never to the extent like some people whose parents or other like guardians or whatever have fallen into the trap of, oh, I've got to get to a certain weight. So I've never had that pressure inbuilt from me. But with all the clients I've worked with all around the world, I can categorically state the more people step back in a way or even chuck out their scales, the happier they are. Why would you give this small box in your bathroom such power to make you feel so crappy for the rest of your day? Because the thing is, you can be doing brilliantly. You can be doing everything you like, working out, eating, drinking lots of water, sleeping, meditating, like blah, 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 blah. And then you get on the scales and it doesn't say what you think it should say, and it ruins your day. Don't give it that power. No, just in here, if you've been doing good stuff, you've been doing good stuff. How that manifests itself is you feeling better, you having more energy, sleeping better, all of these things. Don't let the scales be the thing that determines how you feel that day. So there we go. I don't weigh myself. I know what I like. I know a bit how food works. I've got a good routine and I'm not hard on myself or pressure myself. And I think there's 5 really big, simple things that anyone can benefit from. If you want to talk a bit of professional help, you want my specific guidance, we can absolutely do that. Personal training with me comes in lots of different forms, all designed, defined around you, your unique situation, your goals, your setup, where you want to get to, timeframes, the lot. Let me know. You can reply in the comments. You can email me, matt@fitteryou.net. You'll find me all up in your internets as well. Hope that was useful. Let me know. Thanks, guys.